welcome to the Two Dudes Talk Music YouTube channel. I am the Reverend Raff.
We did it, we made it.
Because when a band's name starts being everywhere, it can be very easy to go like, okay, like.
Just because I know what it's like to feel left out and to feel like people are weird or mean to you, and so I never want to be that person, and I want...
This here is my good friend Kyle, aka the BeerBuddy.
Big opportunity. You guys must be stoked you're on the first day too, because you can just sort of shoot. Yeah, you can just relax.
Brian was sitting down with his longtime friend and his former bandmate Meegs from Cold Chamber, and they were having coffee, and Brian was...
When those questions go, those hearty chuckles.
You know what that laughter says to me is like, people don't even know what's coming. People just are gonna be minds are gonna be blown by that.
No, it will be fucking banger.
What's going on, everybody? I am the Reverend Raff, joined once again by my good friend Kyle, aka the BeerBuddy.
What's going on, everybody?
We are the Two Dudes Who Talk Music, and we are back today with another podcast episode for you, the number one ranked podcast in the world, with two Aussie dudes named Raff and Kyle who live in Brisbane and Queensland and talk about music. In that category, there is none better.
There is.
But yes,
there isn't.
We are the Two Dudes Who Talk Music, and we're back today with another episode for you. But before we get into that, my brother, how you doing?
I got my finger caught in my door today. It's sore.
That's not real great.
Oh, it's so sore. I got my finger caught in my front door just before I was going to go to a show and work the door there. But you know what? It's all good. It's all good because I'm here with you, Raff. I'm here with you, Raff, on this beautiful night. How have you been?
No, I'm not too bad, bro. I'm not too bad. Got just been doing some stuff around the house. Got the hedge trimmer now, so I can like give the hedge some shape out the front. You know, all that boring household stuff. Trying to keep the lawn under control.
Front hedge, otherwise
no. That's I'll take it right off. Then you know what I mean. That'll be no good. But no, just boring shit around the house, man. Not too. Although I did get the fucking. If you have me on Facebook, you've probably seen, anyone that's got me on Facebook has seen my rant about the. I got a new MIDI control pedal for the pedal board, and look, I got some beef with the people at One Control, who fucking released the Gecko MIDI control pedal. Include all of your instructions in your instruction manual, and if you're going to have half your instructions be a QR code linked to a video that says, "Hey, click this or scan this QR code, go to a video that'll show you how to do this bit," make sure the fucking videos stay there.
I agree.
Half the instructions in the instruction manual were links to videos that don't exist anymore. So I got it figured out. Eventually to where I can do what I need with it, but it's just a little frustrating that it's, you know, it's not optimal for, you know, like if I could get the presets in, and I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'll have a play around with it and I'll get it figured out, I'm sure. But you know,
you need to rest that shit.
It's just a little bit. It's a very niche device, so that there's not that many other people out there that are like, how do I use this? Okay, here's a big instruction thing on it. But I'll get there. I'm sure. I'll figure it out. But like I said, I've got it working in some capacity, so I may even just leave it at that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I've got it working.
As long as it works.
I've got it working and doing what I need it for.
I think you get it.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, it's working. I don't need to fuck with it anymore. Don't fuck with it if it's good. Don't fuck 100%. With it if it's good.
And you got the wrestling coming up.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, yeah. I think the day that this video goes out will be a couple of days before we're going out to the wrestling, all elite wrestling Grand Slam at Brisbane Entertainment Centre. That'll be a lot of fun. If you watch the channel and you happen to see me out there, please come up and say hello.
Get a photo with Raff.
And I obviously, at the time of release of this video, not too long until fucking Knotfest either.
Oh, dude.
Only at the time this video drops, it'll only be a couple of weeks away. So I will be out and about at Knotfest in Brizzy with the whole with the gang. So I'll have a bunch of people. I'll be hanging around with them.
Going this year?
Yeah. Zach and Kayla are going. Let's see who else. Fuck, I think I got Shannon going. Bloody all the buds.
Is Brad working or is he coming to have a good time?
Brad will be working. Brad will be fucking working. He's always working that shit. Can't pass up that kind of money.
No,
But
you can't.
but yeah, like I'm sure Brad will be working, so I'll probably see him around about, and plus anyone else that might be going. So yeah, it'll be a good old day. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing Baby Metal. Looking forward to seeing Hatebreed again for the first time in fucking yonks. Looking forward.
Hatebreed is the
Yeah.
Oh.
Looking forward to seeing Slipknot again for the first time because I realized it's been like first time I saw Slipknot was 2005. Then I saw him again in like 2016, and now I'm seeing him again in 2025. So it's like big gaps.
Wow, that's a long time.
Big gaps between seeing. Yeah. But I'm keen.
You're
I'm
gonna
keen.
have a great time.
I think
You're
it'll
gonna
be
have a
good.
great time.
I think as long as my feet and my back can hold out for the day, that'll be the challenge.
Yeah.
But
Just
it'll be
find a
good.
comfy spot.
It'd be good to get out and see people. So yeah, if you're going to Knotfest, please, if you see me, come up and say hi. We'll probably be maybe trying to do a little bit of filming. I'm sure I'll have a report or a Raff's Day Out video to come out on it too. By the time this video goes out, we will probably have a discussion up on the channel regarding our attendance at the Alien Ant Farm and Drowning Pool.
That's
shows.
going to be a big one.
So we'll probably have something out for that by the time this goes up too. So it's going to be all sorts of cool stuff. And speaking of Drowning Pool, if you haven't caught it yet, a couple of weeks ago, we had an interview with Ryan McCombs, which is super exciting. So make sure you just go and check that one out too, because we are pretty fucking hyped about that one. That came in pretty quick and last minute, but we managed to get that in the bag, and super nice dude.
That was special.
Super nice dude. Super nice dude. Really, really appreciate him. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with our end and what's been happening with us. The release schedule, just for anyone who's interested, over the next little while, maybe a tad disrupted, maybe a little bit. We're gonna see just because of Kyle's surgery. So we'll we might I don't know if we're gonna be getting. If we're just going to be skipping some stuff or if we're going to try and get like a guest host in for a little bit of it, we'll just have to see how it all shakes out. But do bear with us if that happens. But otherwise, yeah, we're going to fucking get it. So we have a great band for you guys today.
Oh, yeah.
We have a really, really good one for you guys today. We have a band from Sydney called BLKMOTH. They are some like fucking thol, down-tuned, like crazy heavy shit. And super nice dudes as well. Just really, really cool chatting to these guys. So we're going to throw over to that interview now. But we will, of course, have on the weekend also coming up on the YouTube channel, we will have Quick Question Quarter and Get in the Bin. They are big ones because we got all 5 of these guys. So they're going to be real big episodes with those. So you get value for money this week. Let me fucking tell you. So
it is a bit of a crack up. It's a good episode.
We're going to dive in with the boys from BLKMOTH, and we will catch you guys in a minute. Thank you very, very much for joining us today. We have a very, very crowded screen, which I like to see. This is going to be fun. So yes, we have it is BLKMOTH, right? That's how it's pronounced. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we got the whole band. We got Andy, Jeremy, Ben, Daniel, and Matt. The whole band is here today. Thank you very, very much for joining us, gentlemen. How are you all doing? How are we feeling? Did we have a good Christmas? Are our years off to a good start? How's it all going?
Yeah, it's going.
Happy Australia Day, my brothers.
It's going great.
'Tis the season.
Yeah.
Guys, you guys have come screaming out of the gate with this first release, man. Don't follow.
It is some heavy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay. It's been a long and hard journey.
It's been a long, hard journey.
Oh, very long.
Yeah. But, kudos to the rest of the team for sticking it through and Matt smashing it in the studio.
It's fucking worth.
Super happy with how it turned out.
I listened to that track and I immediately get Black Tongue kind of vibes.
That's probably my influence coming in because I used to listen to heaps of Black Tongue back in the day, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you and Raff, mate.
Yeah. Love those boys. Absolute beasts. But yeah, so the track is called Don't Follow and it is out everywhere. If people are interested, they can go and check it out as soon as the podcast is finished. And yeah, go and give it a listen because it's heavy as fuck. If you like your shit down tuned, just kicking you in the face, super heavy. Like there's nothing missing. There's no gaps in the sound. Just a wall of super heavy shit coming at you. This is the track you're gonna want to check out, and that's how I like my shit. Like straight up, that's just everything about this track speaks to the stuff I love about heavy music. It's like obviously I enjoy a range of stuff, but it is like, I mean, it sounds like it's really seriously down tuned. Like the mix is huge and really full. You got lots of like little bits going on in the background just to provide a bit of ear candy in there. The production just makes it sound absolutely enormous, like Cthulhu rising out of the oceans. And like, yeah, Matt, your vocal performance is absolutely incredible on that one as well. But yeah, so there was mention that the track was like a kind of a long road. Like what kind of was happened along that way, and give us kind of the story behind that.
Probably best for Ben or Jeremy to talk about that one because I'm quite new. But yeah, probably one of those two boys best to.
Actually, I want to get Dan's view on the whole thing. Because Dan's been there the whole time too.
Yeah. Well, we were originally under a new name, a different name, All Is Fire, and we got some new guys in, and then we've changed our name to BLKMOTH, as you know. Yeah, and we just wanted to release this new song to kind of start a new era. And now we've released that song. We've got new songs coming along. So yeah, we feel like the past like few years it's been going pretty slow. So now we're like I feel like we're all on the same page in terms of like the speed we want in getting it out, making it a priority.
So let me get this straight. So it was Jez, Ben, and Daniel. You're the original sort of founding members of this thing, and then
Pretty
Matt
much.
and Andy. Andy sort of came in after.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah,
So
Matt and I we
with-
joined last year, like probably around
June.
March, mid last year. I joined a little bit before Matt joined the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The newbie.
and
yeah.
whoa. So the two of you have sort of come into this, and you both recorded on this thing, yeah? When did this come out?
So it's been
The
sitting
song-
like in waiting to be released for like a year or something.
Oh wow!
Yeah, just
And-
over a year.
And our producer, over at the Brain Studios has been just an absolute legend.
The
Fucking
brain,
hell,
of course.
really?
This whole way.
Of course, it's the brain.
The brain. Of course,
Yeah.
it's the brain.
Brain's
yeah.
a weapon, bro.
Everything good comes out.
Everything that
Quote me on
that crew touches is just absolute gold.
You know, the funny thing was, I was wearing a Red Sea shirt yesterday, and they were avid fans. Man, I recorded my first EP at the Brain Studios,
Yeah.
and that was
Oh, nice.
bro. I was 25. I'm 38 now.
Yeah,
Something
in-
stupid
part of
like
history.
that. That's
A
unreal.
Sydney institution. That place. Maybe we
It
should
is.
reach out to
Yeah,
him
it is.
and maybe we should reach out to him and get some of those guys on to talk about the cool shit over the years
I
that
know
they've
for
done.
a fact we're going to have
Yeah.
a 3-hour podcast on that.
But yeah, don't follow started like it wasn't quite called Don't Follow. Like original vocalist had lyrics to it. It was like a heavier song on the set. Then just
Whoa,
like,
what, heavier?
get it out of them. Oh no,
Yeah,
it was
so
it was pretty heavy.
We
in our
originally
set.
used to be like, I used to say, that wave when Northlane released Alien, and every single
okay.
band was trying to follow that.
To be
stuff.
fair, I showed Raff Alien. I don't think he was very impressed with that. I think to be fair, if you go, for me, I don't know, Raff, if you go back a little bit further.
Yeah, I had to go
that's
back a little bit.
crunchy. Yeah, but Alien is a very good album.
Adrian Herrera is goaded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
legit.
But yeah, at the time we were like, it's the only song that we had out that we were playing live that had no clean vocals. The only song.
But then we had another vocalist come along who was actually Dan's brother. He did some really epic reimagining of that song, and the lyrics are the ones we're still using, which Matt interpreted beautifully. So it's passed a few hands, and it's like gone through a few phases. But we were always really confident with this one. The other song we got coming out is a even more riddled history. We won't talk about
Yeah.
that, but Don't Follow, we were always like super confident with, which is great, which is really nice.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it shows. I mean, I think the time ultimately helped the track. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah.
Like it gave it enough time to cook and be developed properly. Because there's one thing that I think a lot of people rush to get a song, released like as soon as they write it and they want to get it out straight away. And sometimes, sometimes people are able to see the whole vision for a song very quickly and get that in the bag and get it out there. And yep, it's a great song and it's got great production. And, they work with producers that help them kind of massage it in the studio and everything. And it, comes out quite nice. But sometimes, a lot of the times, especially with younger bands as well, and I think that's a lesson that younger bands really need to learn is like, you need to give stuff time to cook. You need to give it time to develop and evolve. And just find little nuances, just the little extra bits that you want to put in there that aren't core to the song, but just give it that extra flavor and spice. It's like cooking. You want to just put the extra spices in there. You can make, you can make bangers and mash with some veggies on the side, but if you put the extra time in, you can make really fancy mashed potatoes and a really nice gravy to go with it. And it just kind of brings the whole thing together in a really nice way. So,
Okay,
like the difference.
I need this recipe.
Are you just
I
going
need
to
this
put a
recipe
bit
for
of
the mashed
powder?
potatoes.
Are you going to put a bit of gravy? Are you going to put a bit of powder in a gravy float and just do that, or are you going to actually make the effort? There's a bit of a difference. Like it's still the same thing, but one tastes better than the other.
That reminds me that I don't have a supplier delivering to at work tomorrow, and I'm absolutely fucked with my prep list. I work as a chef.
Oh,
well, so
snap.
you understand what we're talking about. You
Literally.
got it beautifully, right? Like,
yeah,
Well, that,
it's
man, look,
poetry. I love that.
it's such a big thing, man. And we it's funny. Me and Raph had this exact same conversation the other day. It's like bands come out there and they have this great idea of making a band, but then they rush out there and they only write a set. And it's like, because that's what they need to do. Whereas if they sat that back there for like maybe a couple of months extra and wrote more than a set, then when they walk into a show and they have a bit of variety with their music, they can adapt, they can work stuff out, they can work where they're going to go. Like, you should never be writing for a show. You should have all your stuff written and then want to play a show and have enough music where you can adapt and move stuff around.
Yeah, we're pretty good with that. We have a good variances of songs. We did a few tests on that first show, and then there are some songs that we, as much as we like to play, we might not be playing over the next shows because there are other songs that sound better and probably gonna have like a better response from the public. But yeah, I think in total we might have around probably 12, 13 songs ready to go.
Maybe more.
That's more
Maybe
than a set.
And they're coming in pretty quick.
Yeah.
Ben's a writing machine. And
we get songs that like we think are coming, and then as we kind of like think about it, we play it. That song could just like disappear, like within a few weeks when we write like a
Really?
few songs. Yeah, like we have a few songs like come up, and we're like, nah, never mind, because it's not like we're not feeling it.
But you got to keep the ideas in case they kind of come around later on, and you can develop it into something else, right? Like, this is the thing. I think it's worth, like, I've got a setup here. I have a sort of I call it a studio space. It's a bedroom setup, but it's like more than what most people will have.
It is a studio setup.
And
I've been in it. It's a studio
we
setup.
all run through like digital mixer, and we actually get like our own headphone mixers in the studio space. But then also it has the stereo out going into my door, so I can then record whatever we're jamming on. And like the other week, we were jamming, rehearsing, we were writing stuff. We went, all right, yep, we came in, we were like, all right, we're going to write a song. Let's see, what ideas have we got? And we were jamming on stuff. And I literally just, like, I hit record, and it just went for like, 90 minutes while we were hashing out this idea, jamming on it. So we got all, and then when we took a breather, I just paused it, and everything. And then we kind of came back, started it again, kept developing the song, then by the end of the session, we're like, all right, cool. Let's just get a tempo figured out. Cool. Put down that. And now we have that song is there. It's on record. And that sort of approach, like record all of your shit. Record everything you do. If you can record your rehearsals, because if you're jamming on an idea, you're writing an idea, you don't want to lose that, because that could be the spark for something that turns into something really cool. And you don't want to have this great idea, and then especially if it's something a bit intricate, and then you come back around to it next time and you're like, oh, how did that go again? And you can't quite get the same rhythmic pattern, or you can't get like the thing, you're kind of missing parts of it, and just the magic's not there. If you've got it recorded, you can go back and reference it all. And that's like super important for keeping ideas flowing.
That takes some courage though, for sure. Hit record.
Hey, if you can't have courage around
if
you can't have courage around your band members, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Oh man, I'm scared to death of my band members. Do you know that? Have you met these people?
You know what?
I mean, Andy does look pretty intimidating, I gotta say. Like,
just because I'm the only South American in the band.
He's a big teddy bear. I don't care if he's from Brazil. He's a big teddy bear.
You're intimidating enough of the video shit.
We all have a little cuddle at the end of
that second time, right?
Yeah.
But no, the rehearsal space is where you take the risks. The rehearsal space is the time to take the risks. And if you're not willing to take the risks there, then you got no chance.
There's times where you think we're going to get through the songs and just do them as well as we can, and sometimes just do crazy shit and see what sticks. And great ideas come
that's
out
the
of that,
difference between a week before a show and just a week of doing nothing. Like if it's a week before a show, you're going through the set, and so in that 2 hours, you're going to see how many times you can go through that set, and you're going to time it. You're going to make sure everything's perfect.
Yeah,
we tested a bit of a new writing technique as well, where you actually all got into the same room, turned on Logic, and just put down ideas. Matt was like talking about where he saw the song going. Ben was like, and laying down some riffs. Andy was laying down some mad riffs. Daniel was doing something weird on the MIDI keyboard, whatever that was. Ended up looking really good. But so we're going to see how that song pans out. We're really happy with how that turned out.
That
be our heaviest song, actually. Yeah,
it's actually gross.
But you got that. That's what I mean. You're in there and you got that energy, and you're like sparking ideas off of each other, and it's an immediacy about it that's not necessarily there when you're like, hey, so I've got these ideas, and you email through a couple of riffs, and then someone else is trying to decipher them, and then they send something back, and it's, you've got there's like, and if that's what works, cool. Like I'm not hating on that type of approach, but being able to get in the room and just create something with that spark, like I feel like that's just a great way to test the energy and the vibe and make sure that you've got that spark for working together and writing together,
Because Ben's doing some heavy riffs and Matt's like that Adam Driver memes, like,
yeah.
Well, the problem is you borderline you fall into that cliche thing where it's like where if you have a guitarist that wears glasses like that, it's going to be heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
Do that.
The nerdier the guitarist, the heavier the riffs.
Oh, bingo.
No mercy.
I don't make the rules. The universe sorts that out for us, and we get that.
You're just everything.
Yeah,
So,
I like with this recording session that we did. It was because when we're thinking about like having the whole band gathering together to try figure out like a new song, it could be a bit of like a mess. Everybody having like an idea and that do this, and that. But actually worked pretty good. Like everybody was in the same kind of spirit in there. Everybody was a bit more like on the same idea, following a little bit of the pattern that we have. And then we are good listening to everybody's idea, which is great. So the group actually works pretty well on that terms of creativity. Like Ben writes majority of the stuff, and then we usually get it together, me, Ben, and Jeremy, to figure out how to play the songs. And then we also like chuck new things in there, like, oh, what about instead of doing this, we use a whammy on that part? What about we do this, and that? And then we kind adapting and evolving the song, and then it worked pretty well. Like, and it was actually fun. It was a fun,
Yeah, it was very
fun
fun.
time.
We had a lot of fun.
That's
How do you find the songwriting process, Matt? I feel like over this process you've found like an inner demon or inner child or something like that that's coming out, and you're making lyrics are just pouring out of you at this point.
Yeah. My lyric runs so chaotic. Like, I'll be up till like 3 a.m. and I'll just randomly just write a whole song worth of lyrics. And I've been finding like most of the writing process like really fun. Like, especially when we got together, because I was just sitting there with Ben. I was like, yeah, make him more ignorant.
oh really?
Yeah. Because I come from like dumb slam hardcore background. So I'm like, yeah, it's gotta be more ignorant, man. It's gotta be like chunky.
Where are you from in Sydney?
I'm from Penrith way.
Ah, true. That's
Yeah.
Raff grew up in Penrith. I grew up in Greystanes.
Hell yeah.
He's our Eshe boy.
Yeah.
West
Resident
West-
Eshe.
West until the no. I'm nearly 40, bro. That I was well before that. I'm fucking Westy. GRASH. Like, and you can put that all in capitals. But yeah, look, I mean, yeah. Do you guys record this all in house, or do you guys go to a studio?
The first song, the Don't Follow, was on at studio. I think the drum is
Oh, that's right. You said the brain. That's right. You said the brain
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
Do you guys do a lot of pre-production? That was the question. I wanted to ask.
Yes.
we actually have a one tomorrow.
New song.
Man, I got into this so I help out with the show out in Southwest Sydney. If you guys want to try jump on it, please put yourselves in. It's called Ram It Down. It's over in Camden.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah. So I help out with that. But man, we got this young kid, and one of the dads helps out with this and his kids through there. And man, he's coming up to me. He's like, oh, what do we need to do? What do we need to do before we go into the studio? I'm like, pre-production. Learn how to record yourself so that when you go into the studio, you can at least communicate properly with your producer. So, because at least you have some sort of idea. Because the big thing is you don't want to walk into a studio and waste all that time with your producer sitting there going, well, we need to fix this. We need to fix that. We need to fix this. We need to fix that.
Yeah,
So I'm
usually
a big advocate. Well, just
That
even
is,
little
yeah.
bits, learning how to at least record yourself to some sort of level.
It's like my first experience recording was with a cassette player. Like I bought a cassette player. This is like another age thing to just record it was like, this is like, I don't know why I did that, because cassettes have been like, surely, like I'm not that old, but probably am. But the second experience was like getting my guitar, and I think I plugged it straight into the microphone input of my computer or something. And I was listening to some of the recordings I made with that. I'm like, interesting, but whatever just gets the idea out.
That's the big thing.
Yeah,
It's
you just got to start
it's gotta-
somewhere.
and
Yeah.
this is what I'll give any advice to anyone out there. It's just, you got YouTube. I didn't have YouTube. Like, I didn't have that. Just go watch YouTube, learn how to do it, and make a heap of mistakes before you walk into the studio. But if you guys saying this stuff, but if you guys saying this stuff's getting heavier, like what can everyone sort of expect? Like, because this is pretty fucking heavy. Like, I'm excited. I'm scared, but I'm excited. How much heavier can it actually get? Like, what's the whole process into actually making it heavier? Because I was watching over some of the video, and even like your aura in the video, especially you, Matt.
Which university is doing like you can get a degree in heavy metal music or something that went viral recently?
Somewhere in Finland
think
or
it was
Norway or
Netherlands?
something.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it is. Yeah, so I want to go there, and I want to do a PhD thesis on the science of making things heavier. Like, what are the precise, like frequencies that need to be used to attain maximum heaviness?
All of them.
I don't know.
440 hertz.
Well, it's true though. Like the wall of sound production style is like something that is an essential part of heavy metal. I mean, that's what
As much as
distortion
it
is.
pains me,
Distortion is
probably
like
pains Raff.
overtones and harmonics and everything on top of the fundamental frequency. Like that adds to the wall of sound and fills up that sonic space, right? Like it's one of the reasons that one of the reasons that synths and orchestral stuff behind a track can make it sound heavier and bigger, because it's filling up again more of that sonic space,
Sometimes I feel like heaviness is what you take out as well. Like you've got a lot more contrast between parts. But
yes, dynamics is again, this is something like if it's up here all of the time, it doesn't feel as heavy as if it's up here and then comes down and then goes back up again. That dynamic, that contrast can help. It's I mean, it's an interesting debate, and maybe that's something we should try and get a few people on for a video to discuss, like what makes music heavy, what makes a song heavy.
Let's settle this.
And then we go to a whole nerd tech talking about which amp is the best, what pedal use it at the front, do you run at a tube screamer or you actually like the OCD, and I'm gonna say none of those. The secret for the real chug music now is a pedal from a company called Electric Eye Audio. I'm not sponsored by them, but I wish I am, and then it's called the Mud Killer.
Mud Killer. I'll take your word.
Mud Killer.
I'm not. You know what? After I've listened to the track, I'm not going to argue.
You might be interested, Annie. Actually, if you like boutique pedals, there's a brand called Jupiter Effects that does some good stuff. I have one of their fuzz pedals, and it's basically like a big muff if you could turn everything up to 12. It's just enormous and like fucking hectic sounding. So, but yeah, Jupiter Effects is a good brand to check out if you like boutique pedals. They're a German brand, I think.
Nice. This guy that I mentioned, he's a Brazilian guy that lives in US. Don't remember what part of US it is. And then this pedal is pretty much a tube screamer, but there is a knob there, especially to to upgrade your mid frequency to remove a bit of that mud from the high frequency, and then you can go from very, very like prog kind of thing, almost like a bass sound, or just remove it. There's like this knob that you go from 0 to whatever. And then, man, it's magical.
That's nice. I like when you're kind of working with your sound and playing around with a bunch of different pedals, and you find something kind of really unique, and you got a bit of a secret sauce going on with it. Like I like finding that, like it's such a good feeling, and you're like, yeah, I've landed on something that, not a lot of people are going to be aware of, and it's like my little secret weapon,
Yeah, I was listening. I was checking a video from a guy the other day that he was talking about the recording, I think from Link Park and I think from Evanescence, if I'm not wrong. And then I forgot the name of this studio. They recorded, I think, in California. That the guy used to have these fuzz pedal from Boss. That this fuzz pedal that he actually is they don't sell it anymore. You can find it second hand, but they don't launch that anymore. They had three phases on it. Like one is fuzz type 1, fuzz type 2, and then the third, it was actually a boost. So he was using that boost. It's called the hyper fuzz. So he's using the boost of the hyper fuzz, removing all the fuzz sound of the pedal just to crank, I think was a Mesa Boogie or all the amp there was. I think it was a Mesa Boogie. And then it was just giving like a massive sound distortion. And this is how Linkin Park recorded, for example.
Well, it's the other example that I like is Queens of the Stone Age. Queens of the Stone Age, because Josh uses that, like he's got like that little amp that he uses for everything, and that's just like it's like an old, kind of cheap beat up thing, but it gives them the sound, so that's what they use. It's a great example
Buzz from that dirty grunge age, and like Andy said, like it's a pedal from obviously that era. You just can't replicate it. So I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's pretty cool. So we did kind of ask a little bit about it before, but like obviously the new song you guys have, that's coming, hopefully, by the time this comes out, it shouldn't be too far away.
ASAP.
It shouldn't be too far away because this is hopefully dropping mid-February, this episode. So if all goes
Fingers
well,
crossed.
the song might be coming out within the next couple of weeks of when this goes live. But yeah, like you was obviously saying, it's kind of heavier there. Like, what else can you give us about it? Like, is there any lyrics to it just yet? Is it got a theme behind it? Anything like that?
I think Matt can mention who recorded that song with us as well.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, you did a collab on? Whoa, collab?
Yeah.
Who is? Go, Matt. Go.
So we got a good friend of ours, the vocalist of Ascent to Autumn, Tristan. Got him to rip some vocals on it, and he sounds fucking menacing.
Nice.
I've
I'm
never
keen for it.
heard so many tunnel throats singing. Like,
Oh yeah,
screaming
so much
at the
tunnel
light.
throats.
Man, we are all about collaborations here, and this is just one thing that me and Raff cannot scream to the high heels enough, man. And rappers do it all the fucking time. More collaborations, just get a singer in, get someone in to muck around if they're your mate. It spreads your audience so much further. And then if you're on the same show together, guess what? You got an extra song to play, you got an extra fun to have, you got everyone like.
Yeah.
Good on you. Good on you for doing that.
I feel like getting a guest vocalist up for a song, where it has a similar effect to playing a cover at a live show. Like people kind of like, oh, what's, someone else is getting up, getting on stage with them. Like, what's going on here? Kind of people pay a little bit more attention when they see something like that going on, which is, as Carl said, it's a great way to cross promote. It's a great way to help each other out. Like, and that's where the business thrives. That's where the scene thrives. It's when people are helping out each other out. And it seems, get out and support the scene. Get out and support the scene. Like, blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to sound like one of those fucking people, but like,
no,
literally, you need to fucking do it because the gap is widening, much like in a lot of other aspects in life. There's like the middle of the music industry is fucking disappearing at the moment. And you got the big bands at the top, and that's, they're doing their thing and they're kind of established and getting millions and millions of plays and doing their whole thing. And then you've got the kind of bands that are on the come up trying to do it. And it feels like that space in the middle is rapidly deteriorating. Bands being able to be bands for a living, but not be at the top echelon of the industry is becoming a bit less common. I think the bands that are doing it for the most part are kind of all have already been doing it for a while, and breaking out of that and being like not even a self-sustaining band where the band takes care of its own expenses and you've still got your day job on the side to afford your living expenses, but like where you can make your career in music and be a touring band and that's how you make your living. That's kind of disappearing in the current age of stuff, unfortunately.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's when you've made it. If you can pay rent with your music, and it doesn't need to be big rent. I'm not talking about a fucking McMansion.
But this is what I mean. That stage
if you can just pay your rent.
That's what I mean. That stage is disappearing, unfortunately. So,
and you know what the worst part about it was? The show I was at tonight, right? I was out the front having a smoke, and the guy on the cover band was having a break, and he was outside, right? And we were talking. And he goes, I'm about done with this shit. I go, what do you mean, man? He goes, oh, man, I've been doing this for ages. I'm done. I'm like, you're getting paid, but like, they asked you to be here. And he's like, yeah, what do you like? And because he knew I was helping out with the show upstairs, I'm like, dude, every single one of those bands up there, we gotta put numbers through before we break even, before anyone gets paid. Like, you got paid to be here. What the fuck are you pissing and moaning about? And you're not even writing your own songs. You're playing someone else's.
Yeah.
And it burnt me because I was like, dude, every single band up there tonight is probably going to get paid less than $50. We had 52 people through the door tonight. And he's pissing and moaning and get about getting paid at a 4-hour slot at an RSL. Dude, that was at least $1,500. And that's $500 for each member.
Yeah.
They, at least.
And they done a cover of Tennessee Whiskey and they butchered it. I had to go outside. I couldn't listen to it.
That's it. The
I love
money's
that
the
song.
money's in
I
cover
fucking
bands,
love that song.
unfortunately.
I love
Yeah.
that song
that-
too. It breaks my heart to hear that.
Yeah, like it killed me. It killed me because I've been trying to learn that song on one of the guitars in the back and stuff like that. And like to hear, man, when that song is meant to get sung, it's meant to get sung properly. Like it's a fucking meaningful song. And then he's pissing and moaning. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, shut up. Come do what we do, and then complain about not getting paid. When you have to run your ass around, they're up on stage. Because he was just sitting there doing nothing. He was sitting there in one spot. Every single metal band up there tonight was running around having a mad time. And he's pissing and moaning about not getting paid, playing covers. Killed my fucking life.
Is there any other reason you play covers though? I mean, I'd enjoy playing. We had a whole cover set that we did, but it was out of enjoyment. We didn't,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, we've had there was a young band that we had on late last year that they actually operate two different versions. So they've got one version which is the original version, which is we interviewed them about their original stuff, but then they also operate under a different name and they do like covers. They just do covers, and that's like they do that to make the money to support, to pay for doing their originals stuff.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's I love the idea of playing covers though. It sounds like a lot of fun. I tried to almost get a cover band started once or twice. But,
I mean, I've done a few cover sets over the years. Like I've done, I did Static X covers. This was at there's a show down in Canberra. Down in Canberra, at the basement, Shag's running stuff down there. He has these he did these like 80s and 70s, 80s and 90s tribute shows that he'd put on, and then he also did one like Giants of Metal and stuff like that, and like he does like themed tribute shows where everyone covers a different band. But yeah, so we did Static X a couple, for one of those, and then I've done
Metal Mayhem,
Limp
which was
Bizkit.
insane. This guy,
It's in a Limp Bizkit
put
one.
on fucking 4 or 5 random metal bands, mix smash every single one of them, got us all to do a set, and then played a fucking show on one night.
Yeah,
and we had
it
was fucking insane. It was such a good night.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to organize another one though. It's too much.
No,
fucking work.
God, no.
But no, like
that was
I get it though.
I still think you're a sucker for punishment.
Playing covers, yeah, it's fun to do. I mean, if you're doing it all the time, it probably takes a little bit of the fun out of it. But being able to play the covers that you've always wanted to play, or just having some fun with it for the occasional thing is it's awesome. It's amazing. But unfortunately, the kind of covers that I think we would want to really do as metalheads are probably not going to get the same traction as a fucking Bon Jovi cover band or a bloody, a bloody 80s and 90s generic cover band or something.
I think Alien Ant Farm sort of settled the thing on that. You can do a cover of whatever you want, and if you do it really fucking well, it can go gangbusters and set your career.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bon Jovi
fair,
cover
they are probably Alien Ant Farm are the exception and not the rule. But even then, if you do a cover really,
but you got to think about it though. Like that, they did a cover that went absolutely gangbusters. They would have got no money off of that. They would have got no money off of it. No money because they would have got nothing. No songwriting royalties. They were probably still paying back their advance to their label at bugger all because there's all the mechanical royalties and all that kind of stuff.
Michael Jackson didn't own any of his own music. He owned everyone else's.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter if he owned it or not. Like whoever fucking wrote it got the songwriting royalties for that. So know what I mean? Doing I feel like Alien Ant Farm in a lot of ways really, and look, this is probably label decision more than the band's decision, but the label being like, hey, the first fucking song we're going to put out from you guys is the cover. And then the second one, like Movies or whatever it was, had a super expensive film clip that was taken off all these different films and everything. So that was an expensive film clip. So they would have had big money that they had to pay back to their labels and everything.
Dude, they had Mr. Miyagi and they had Mr. Miyagi in that fucking video clip. That video clip is tits.
I feel like they got a bit taken for a ride actually with their early releases because that would have really meant that they weren't able to make a lot of money off of that. They would have been getting very, very limited actual revenue going to them. A lot of it would have been going back to the label, which is,
But you think of the cult fan base that would have followed after that because I know I followed him after that. Like I'm going to concert.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it still pains me that it hasn't sold out. Go buy your tickets to Alien Info.
Oh, it's due. By the time this drops, the shows will be done.
I know, but still, sucked in, you missed out. We went to it, sucked in, you missed out.
Yeah. And if you haven't caught it yet, if you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch our fucking thing. For everyone who's listening to this now, a few weeks ago, we did the interview with Ryan. Go back and watch that one because that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Ryan McCombs, really, really nice guy. McCombs, sorry. Not McCombs.
McCombs.
Ryan McCombs. But yeah, back on track though. Back on track. Talking about
we need a Bon Jovi cover band. That's what we're
What
talking
about what about
So
we do like a cover band with we got all these 80 or whatever pop songs like Bon Jovi or stuff like that, but we turn into like pop goes heavy, but very heavy, just cover band doing heavy songs.
I don't know.
I'll
we
just
need
do
we need
slam
that
vocals
Boomer
over
dollar.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Yeah, like slam vocals of Bon. Can you imagine like going?
No, we need the Boomer dollar, Andy. We're not going to
I'm
get
telling you that
the audience.
I'm
we
pretty
need.
sure
there's
there was
a market there for it.
I don't think yes. And then we can do like shirts like merch like Bon
What, can
Jovi,
you-
but like with like the cross upside down, like
I
Bon
would do
Jovi
that.
upside down
do
cross
the,
and
do,
shit.
do the
like-
reverse. Do the reverse of you know that have you probably seen those? Like it looks like a heavy metal shirt, but it's like a pop artist. So it's like
Yeah.
Celine Dion, but it's done in like a Black Sabbath style, or
Yeah.
Britney Spears, but it's in fucking like the black metal type. They do the reverse.
That'd
do
be
like
awesome.
do like a Black Moth shirt, but it looks like a fucking 80s, glam band shirt
Glam
or
rock.
something.
That'd be mad.
That would be sick, actually.
Like a poison,
Yeah.
like a poison shirt or something, right? Like
Oh, don't do
or
that.
even more like pop artists, like I don't know, like Taylor Swift or this kind of
Oh,
yeah.
like
something.
very poppy, like Beyonce thing, or like Black
Mate.
Moth, but
Hey, look, it fucking,
Beyonce way.
the contrast works, man. The contrast works. You look at Scene Queen, and she's out there doing like black metal style t-shirts, but in pink instead of black because that's her whole shtick, right? Yeah, it works. It's a bit different. People love something a little bit different. I think these days most metalheads are open to having a laugh at themselves and how over serious a lot of heavy metal can be. So, like, embrace it. Is what I say.
Yeah,
You look at
I
the-
think
you look at
the
these-
community changed it a little bit.
but you look at you five beautiful people here. It's like you guys are the biggest. It's like none of it matches.
You've all got kind of different vibes in a little way, but when it
like,
comes together,
but
it's like it's just this
it's
unique
beautiful.
thing.
So,
It is.
like, being the
We make
three,
it work.
like the three that have been in the band for the longest, and the sort of two that have come in, how have you found the collaboration process now moving forward with the stuff that you have written previously before the guys joined, and now that moving forward to the stuff that you've had a bit more impact on in writing?
What do you think?
I would
Ben?
say it's different.
Yeah.
I would say we will have like a different. We roughly have the same like vision, but definitely like I know Matt has strong like input, which is great. So yeah, I think we might even keep changing as we go on. To be honest with you,
Perfect. Don't fit into a mold. That's how you end up like we talk about this regularly. It's like Lamb of God.
They're
You
great,
sort of
but you
got-
know what you're getting. They're not
Yeah,
they're
you
not
got
bringing
to-
anything
Yeah.
new. Like Disturbed, you know the joke about Disturbed's album,
Avenged
where like
Sevenfold.
Disturbed's greatest hit, and it's like all of their songs merged into one sort of thing. It's like I love me some Disturbed. I was there at
Yeah.
Knotfest last year, like fucking singing along to Disturbed songs I hadn't listened to in fucking yonks because I still know the words because I listened to them a million times.
Live up to me, live up to me.
Yeah, fucking.
Everybody was waiting for the.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's we talk about it a bit where with bands that sort of settle into a formula and and that's fine, I guess, like it's up to them what they want to do, but versus bands that continue to try and evolve what they're doing and try different things but get experimental with it. Like, again, using the Lamb of God example, some of my favorite Lamb of God songs are the ones where they got a bit more experimental. Stuff like King Me, Overlord, where they did something that's outside of what you would normally expect from them. Like I think they just because they hit different, they just hit so different, and they tickle a different part of the brain, I guess. But yeah, just finding a way to still have your sound, but always bring something new and fresh and evolve it is so important. And I think that comes down to, being open to listening to new music and getting those influences from all over the place rather than getting stagnant and just continuing to listen to the same things over and over again. It's about embracing new production techniques and just remaining open to experimentation. I think it's where you can kind of keep that. You just got to keep that spark and not fall into the trap of, yep, that sounds like us. No, that doesn't sound like us. Well, okay, even if it doesn't sound like us, can we make it work?
Great to hear, because sometimes, you get the feeling that you need to stick to your sound and you want to be really consistent. People will listen to a song by the same band and expect to have the same experience. But I love, hearing, like bands that have like changed a lot over time, and each album is sort of distinct.
Well,
if this concept of albums is still around.
Let me put it like this. Let me put it like this. All right,
you brought it up.
you look at the big four of thrash, right? And 3 of the 4 kept doing the same thing. 1 of the 4 changed their sound over time, took risks, did something different.
Megadeth, of course.
but look,
he's going Metallica,
and like they've had some albums that have been not very popular with their traditional audience, but that's opened them up to a different audience. And exactly. You look at how their sound has changed and evolved over time, and they've taken risks and done all sorts of different stuff because they can, but like, and granted, I'm not saying it's necessarily the reason, but it opens them up to more fan base, and different people can find something to enjoy about it, and it allows them to connect with more people. So, again, like having a core sound is awesome and it's amazing. But yeah, like bands need to be open to, and I'm not saying that if you're a new band, every album has to be fucking totally different, but just keeping some variety in there is important. And it's like you listen to like fucking
bro, the first 3 Slipknot albums, the first 3 Slipknot albums is just a perfect testament to growth. And
yes,
like if you have a look at where they like Slipknot self-titled to Iowa, which was a fucking drastic difference, and then you go to Volume 3, which is an even bigger thing.
Yeah,
when it's like the whole Muhammad Ali thing. If you're 40 and you look through the eyes of a 20-year-old, you've wasted 20 years of your life. Do you know what I mean? I expect growth. You know what I mean? That's what you want.
Yeah. Since you raised it, Kyle, if anyone wants to start a Slipknot cover band, I think Ben and I are keen. Pretty much just Iowa.
Don't tell Kyle. He'll want to jump up and
self-titled.
do vocals for
Don't
it.
do that. Don't do it. I'll do vocals for it. Don't do it.
I know
Whoever
a
wants-
good guy up to Brisbane that he will be keen to join as a vocalist.
Okay, that's 3 people. We need
Is that
another
Bo?
6 now.
Yeah, Bo from Discovery.
Yeah, both
yeah.
from Discovery. How do we know
Yes.
that?
So
How do we
funny.
know that? I'll fight him for it. I'll fucking fight him for it.
Yeah,
It'll
nah,
take Masters
he's
down.
a good friend, and yeah, I think he will be keen to join that thing, I guess.
Mate, we got nothing but love for the boys
Yeah.
from Discuss.
Hey, well-
We've had them on
Yeah.
before. We love them
Yeah.
lots so
Well,
much.
There you go. I mean,
We are trying to put a show together with him this year.
I was going to say, yeah, got to
Yeah.
get you guys up to Brisbane to.
Yeah,
You know.
we're trying like with another friend of mine, Aiden from More Maker. He's gonna try to organize a show this year if he can. They say they are gonna be ready to start playing live around June, July, and then he was gonna try to put ours and discuss together. We see if it's gonna happen. Like it's not nothing official. Like we just like
To be
talk,
fair,
like-
I would
Yeah.
I'd actually really like to see that. You
That'd
guys
be a pretty
discuss
good
on the same
combo.
show. That would be fucking tits.
We go to
Fucking
Tomcat.
awesome.
Tomcat, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. Always a good time at Tomcat.
It's a good venue there. Yeah, I like that place. It was the most. I feel I was on a surfboard on top of that stage when I played in Brisbane with a previous band years ago in there. It's very small and very shaky stage, but I love the place. Like, it's actually a very good venue.
Who'd you used to play with in Brisbane, Andy?
I played with another band years ago.
You're not going to say?
I rather not.
That's okay.
I'm
Fair
sorry.
enough. No.
Yeah, it happened some problems. I rather
Yeah.
not.
That's cool, man.
go
That's
through.
cool. Nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. But it's good to know that you've actually come out from Brazil and had the experience of both Queensland and New South Wales.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. Like, yeah, I wasn't from Brisbane. Was a Sydney band, and then we had a tour with Disgust years ago, and then we ended up playing in Brisbane. It's actually a good venue.
Yeah, Tomcats is great. I hope their sort of repairs and everything are going well. I know they had there was a bit of an incident a little while ago. Someone I think tried to firebomb the smoke shop that's beneath them, so they had some.
I saw that. That made.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. So they had some smoke damage, and I think some stuff coming up through. So I don't know how. I don't know specifically how much, but they had to get some repairs and stuff done. So it was really messed up. I think literally they had to move like their New Year's gig from there to Crowbar or something like that. I had to relocate to because it was like it was really shitty. Like, and it's
that's
you
sad.
hate to see it, but it's a great venue. So hopefully they'll get back on their feet and keep shit rolling again because it's one of those places that like it's a dive bar, but it's still kind of half decent to go to, and it's just got good energy in there. So hope they're doing all right. But you guys were saying as well, nothing sort of announced just yet, but potentially some shows coming up in kind of like March maybe that we're kind of hoping to happen. So we'll make sure to put all the socials for you guys down in the description so people can follow everything that you guys are doing and keep on top there. But before we kind of wrap this up, is there any other like plans or goals for 2025? Because like we're still pretty early in the year, still a lot of time to get shit done this year. Is there anything you guys are maybe hoping to sort of get around to this year that people should keep an eye out for?
I've set a personal goal to get Ben crowd surfing.
I love it. That is such a good personal goal.
So, if you I really want your support in me pursuing this personal goal. It means a lot to me.
I'll lift him
I'll
up.
be there. I'll be
pretty light.
He's probably the lightest one in the band. So.
You need to do the
even if I have to dirty dance him. Dirty dancing from the end of the thing just to hold him up.
What you got to do is you got to do like either the airborne thing, where he's like on someone's shoulders and getting walked through the crowd, or I can't remember which of their live concerts, live DVDs it was on, but I'm pretty sure there was on one of the Lamb of God DVDs, they got the guitarists like walking out in the crowd, but people are like holding their legs and under their feet, so they're like stood.
That's sick.
With people like holding their legs and everything. I don't know.
That is some core shit.
I mean, if there was
some core shit, I would have gone ass over tit.
All right, cool. So if we play together, so if we put a show with More Maker, if we put a show with More Maker and Disgust, and then you guys attempt to the Brisbane show, we do that with Ben.
Okay.
I'll have a bit of a drive because I'm from Sydney.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go.
I'll just yeet Ben into the crowd.
Favorite band. If you're supporting your favorite band, you have to.
That's true. I have to.
Yeah.
Any excuse to go see Raff.
Okay, that's my goal.
Always welcome.
Anyway.
Always welcome. Yeah. What? Anything else that any other kind of goals for this year that you guys are hoping to maybe make happen?
More music.
Yeah.
Are you guys?
Probably
Okay,
an
here's a better
EP.
question. Are you guys going through like an EP album, or are you just doing a waterfall release where you're just going to do single, and just keep yourselves happy in the algorithm flow?
Right now, we've got we're sitting on. So we've got the one that's currently being worked on, and we're going to be releasing a third single pretty soon. And then I think straight after around that time that's released is when we're going to start probably necking down on the EP.
Yeah, good. Waterfall releases until the
Hopefully
EP.
they'll do a deal for us at the Brain.
Yeah.
Give us a
Yeah, we had a show in December, and then we were talking with oh man, I'm really bad with names, but it was the singer from. My God, I'm feel so bad that I forgot names. Oh, Ben, help me out. It wasn't the Tooth. What other band was? No, Glitch. Um, which other band play with
Ghost
us?
Complex.
Yeah, Ghost Complex. But what's the name of the singer?
Oh, the
Um,
lads from Ghost Complex. They were
Fuck,
one of
I
our
just have in
first
my back
interviews,
now.
man.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really sorry. I'm super
Jackson.
bad to remember.
You're talking about Jackson.
Yes,
Jackson from
correct.
Ghost Complex.
Thank you very
I
much.
got
So
you.
we're
I
talking.
got you, Andy.
Yeah, thank you. We're talking with him, and then this is the thing. Like we have Laura, which is a Matt Gill's friend, work for us, with us. Actually, not for us, with us, um, with our social medias, and there is a bit of not a doubt, but we're always thinking about releasing singles is better for promotions and stuff. But Jackson from Ghost Complex was mentioning like actually we're doing this process of releasing singles and then we promoting every single song. But when we put the EP out, it kind of explode. And then we talk with all the bands, and that is been happening with the other bands as well. Because we're more like, look, the new generation, what we said, especially like with this fast content and learning, like with TikTok and Reels and like Instagram is things that is last 30 seconds. So we kind of need to catch the attention. So we're more like, okay, let's focus on singles and then we release, and then like we don't distract or not promoting properly a song or something like that. So let's focus on singles. But we've been speaking with all the bands, and especially with Jackson, is like, guys, get a EP out. Do yourselves a favor, release your singles and get an EP out. So we can't decide that we have 2 more songs coming out as a single, and then we're gonna chuck in an EP.
The other
We
thing we got to
not
do is
sure
sell more of
how many
these.
songs, but
We sell more merch, we get more money to fund the EP.
Yeah.
Pay for
you
the
know.
recordings.
Fucking hats.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
Kyle and I are all at
Stubby
the hats.
Holtz.
Bro, I have the
Stubby
box of
holders.
those like right behind me.
Does this make me one of the interviewers?
But I
At
think
least.
Can you sneak us when you guys are playing next in Sydney? I'll make sure I'll get out to this show. I want one of them fucking hats.
Okay.
the thing with
we
like
can sheet for you.
singles versus EPs and stuff though, like that's what's important to keep in mind is like I think with Ghost Complex, the reason that their EP kind of exploded things for them was because they'd had some singles first, you know, like
Yeah.
you get singles
Yes.
to get yourself into the rotation, get the algorithm pushing, get yourself in that flow, and then once you've got that momentum, then you can drop an EP, you know, and I think that's where it's
Yeah.
really good. Like you can have, if you're able to do it songwriting wise, like for every song that you write and release, like because you've got your set and okay, yep, you're gonna have stuff that you're releasing, but you've got your set, and then you want to have, if your set's 10 songs, you want to have another 10 songs there, and you know for every single that you release, you want to have at least 1 or 2 other songs off to the side that you're not releasing yet. Whether you're playing them live or not, it's a different matter. You know, maybe you want to go, okay, we got the single that we release and we play live. We've got another song that we haven't released and we play live, and then we've got another song that we're not playing or releasing yet. And then you're sort of building up that catalog and that library of material in the background so that you've got something new you can kind of drop at, you know, whenever you're kind of ready to do it. And that's like a nice way to balance things. And that way, when you do the EP, you can do a few tracks that you have been playing and a few tracks that you haven't. And then you got some new tracks to put into your live rotation. And it just keeps that ball going, you know. But obviously you need to have the creative output to sort of do something like that. That's why I know some bands now are like, everyone's keen to get out on stage, but I know a lot of people are like writing and they're spending like a couple of years writing material and just focusing on writing material, doing film clips, getting shit ready, getting shit banked up, so that when it comes to actually getting out there and performing, they've got a whole back catalogue of stuff that they're ready to just kind of drip feed out
Just
there.
even having a look at Ghost Complex there, they had 3 singles come out before they even touched an EP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Like they built like, and you guys are quite clearly doing that. 6,500 streams on your first single that you dropped.
yeah, and it's been like a
it's-
couple of months that we just released. That's what I'm gonna mention. We have like nearly 1,500 monthly listeners. Like as a new band
That's
on
massive.
Spotify, like yeah, as a new band, we haven't paid promote anything. It's been all organic. Like we didn't pay to be in any playlist. We didn't pay for any reactions or anything. Like we want to do some paid promotions as well in the future, but we are saving this because it's important. I understand the paid promotion. It is important to spread your music out, but it needs to be done in a smart way. You can't just chuck money and in random platforms or like promoting platforms that is gonna spread your song to your not target crowd. You're just gonna waste money. So like it's been good that we've been doing these all organic. It's like,
And then bands wonder why no one goes to their shows.
yeah.
So
like
because they're all fake streams.
Well, that's a big thing. And
Yeah.
look, it even comes down
we
to
don't
this
want to
too.
have
Like,
fake listeners. Yeah.
If we would, like, for example, if we were still doing the live stream thing that we used to do before, me and Raf quite easily go on there and pay for a whole bunch of people to look like they're looking at the live stream. You know what I mean? Like it's all it's artificial as much as what you want to go into. But the fact that you guys have gone into this not artificial, 6,857 streams from what I'm looking at right here, right now on Spotify.
Yeah.
Those are some great numbers for someone that's come out with one song.
Yes.
Yeah. We are very happy with that. Like we just surprised. Like when we saw the numbers boosting, I was like, oh, we are surprised because we are not being promoting that much. Like we're not every day like boosting promotions or like forcing sharing promotions every single week. We're being like, look, we put the song out, we promote it, we gave some couple of interviews. We did like a video for the Headbangers Australia that we got released like last week with Dan Catania. Yeah, Dan, he's a sick
Love
guy,
that dude, man. Love dude.
Yeah.
Love Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, is that out
He's
now?
nice. Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
And then it's out, and then like it's good. Like we're gonna be doing these promotions and everything, but we are not doing any paid promotions. And we're getting a good response. And we are very
pretty lucky
surprised.
though. We're pretty lucky having like Laura Casey and Sammy from Like Minded Media, Matt's girlfriend's company, helping us out, which has been awesome. And we also shared the song on one of Matt's playlists, which gets a whole lot of listens as well. I think that's probably makes a big difference too.
But yeah, getting onto some curated playlists is important as long as they're the ones that are actually getting genuine listens. You know, like if you're paying to get your shit on a playlist, that's going to be bot listens. Like 99% of the time, it's not going to be anything. You know, like so it's not worth paying to be on anyone's playlist. It's just reach out. It's a waste of money. Reach out to people that have them, and because a lot of the time, if it's a genuine person and they're just trying to curate a cool music playlist for people to listen to, if they're genuine, to just reach out to them and just be like, hey, we got this song, we'd like you to consider putting it, on your playlist if that's something that you think you'd be able to do that, and that'll get you much better results. But like it sounds like you guys you got a good kind of plan for pushing forward, which is that's important to have, and you got a bit of an idea of how you want to handle that, which is awesome. And look, if people haven't gone and listened to that track, like seriously, go and fucking listen to it. It's absolute monster.
Do yourself a favor.
I can't wait to hear the new one. Like I'm super super keen for that.
Yeah,
and
heavier.
Hey, Jez has got something crazy going on in the background there. I don't know.
Got really excited.
He just came.
Wonder if I can do it again.
He just came. And then we.
Wow. Oh, that's bad.
What amazing refraction time. All right. Well, look, we're going to wrap the podcast there for now, but we will have Quick Question Quarter and Get in the Bin coming this weekend. So make sure you keep an eye out for those. Like we said, The links are all down in the description. So go and follow Black Moth on all these fucking platforms. Go and listen to fucking. I don't know what you're doing down there, mate. You just got Zoom's going all kinds of crazy for you.
I want these
You
things.
must have the AI gestures on or something. I don't know.
I'll tell you the secret about how to get it working in
But
the
yeah,
if
go
you
and,
listen to the next episode.
Yeah, go and listen to Don't Follow right now. It's an amazing track. Thank you very, very much to Andy, Jez, Matthew, Ben, and Daniel from Black Moth. It's been amazing to chat to you guys today. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching and or listening. Don't forget, we do have the Patreon. If you're interested in getting these videos early and ad-free, it's only a couple of bucks a month. All your support is extremely, extremely appreciated. And we are going to wrap this here, and we'll catch you guys next time. Stay cool, be kind to each other, and we'll see you all on the flip side. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really hope you had a good time. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell down there. It helps the channel grow. We are still a fairly young channel and we like to try and grow our audience all over the world. We do also, for those of you who are interested, have a Patreon. It's just a couple of bucks a month. At the moment, you get all the videos early and ad-free, but we are working on ways to increase the value of that and make it a bit more enticing. So don't forget to keep an eye out and check back on what's going on over there. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.